Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, going to be another no forge sword build and also another Witcher sword. So this is my original Witcher sword. I had a visitor and she's been trying to steal my Witcher sword for a long time. So I've promised her, Metallic Reality, her own version. So today I'll be making it. So this is the original version. And this is what I'll be making her one from. I've had to make a new beveling jig. The one I've got is way too short, so I've just got a piece of wood and I shaved down one edge of it so that it will sit on here and should give me enough to work with. So you can see there that the basic bevel lines are done. So what I'm going to do now is start taking off this paint. Hopefully you can hear me, it's pissing it down with rain. So that is the basic blade shaped. It's not sharp, the edges don't touch yet, but this is what I need to do for now to work on the handle. So the blade will now be completely covered up and then I can start working on the guard and the handle. I'll just show you a nice close-up of the blade though. It's had a minor clean, so you can see it's probably going to look pretty good, I think. Right, I'm going to work on the guard now. So these marks are to show me where I need to put it in the vise and start bending it around. Attempt to bend these spikes back now. This is an annoying bit. Don't want to go too far, I don't want to snap it. Yeah, that'll do it, I think. Right, that's it probably for today's work. There is the guard roughed out. It's about as symmetrical as I can get by doing these things by hand. It's not easy trying to bend things by hand with no jigs or anything. I'm happy with it. It's probably more symmetrical than the last one. Right, it is now time to drill for the slot to put the blade in. I'll now chisel in between the drill holes to make the slot. When I say chisel, I use an old fucked up screwdriver because it's the perfect thing for this. That's the guard fitting on quite well. I probably still will do the little collar over there, just tidies it up I think, but this is quite a good little slot on this, so it's quite tidy anyway. So I need to finish this now, so I'm going to get the little belt sander out and refine this and, you know, get it ready, and I can start working on the handle. Right, so the guard is essentially finished. I've put this little brass spacer here because I just think it looks nicer anyway. This one probably didn't need it, but you know. So I have done the step in the handle so that I can put the aluminium collar there. So now I'm going to start cutting the HDPE for this side. I'll rivet that on, make the collar, and then I'll probably do the pommel first before I fit this plastic, because I can get it tighter if that bit's already on. Right, so I'll probably glue these. Actually, I'll have to do the usual glue one side, drill through, glue the other side. But I tend to use a bit of super glue is good for this kind of stuff. One thing I would say, when you put the guard, when you put this on, don't push it up too hard on one side because you can twist the guard, and then when you try to put it on the other side it's quite difficult. So make sure your guard is nice and sort of level. Right, so I've got the two halves glued on. The guard seems nice and steady. So I've cut a nail, which I tidied up the end so it looked a bit better. Cut a nail. Now I can start riveting that on. I've just cut a little bit of aluminium for the collar that goes around here, that would on the full size one represent one hand and two hands. So that's that. I'm now going to drill the little slot and then make the slot and then shape it up. Time to make the pommel. So it'll be a big thick bit of aluminium. That is the basic shape I need to cut out. There's a letter there, but I'm going to have the rivet there, so it'll be hiding it anyway. I'll drill straight through that. So yeah, to do this I'm just going to cut round the edge roughly, but I think first I'll do the chain drilling around here to do that. So I'll chain drill first, I think. This is done exactly the same way as the slot in the thing. I just chisel between the drill holes. Right, I'll cut it out now with a hacksaw, and then I can drill through the top. Right, so that is the pommel on. Really solid as well. This whole thing is solid as solid as you'd like it. So now I just need to start shaping the handle. Right, that's pretty much the actual build of the sword done now. I'm quite happy with that. I just need to tidy up the handle, tidy up little bits. Still needs to sharpen at this point, but yeah, the actual sort of build is done now. Right, I'm going to do the scabbard now. This will be a leather scabbard, and if you want to know the full process of making this, go to my channel and search making a leather sword scabbard, or how to make a leather sword scabbard. I'll link it as well, and it will show you the full details of how to mark this pattern out for the leather. Right, so that's the lines done. I'm going to try and keep this as clean as possible. So now I need to put the patterning on, and for this one we're going to have a different pattern. I don't know how well you can see that. I'll show you it properly afterwards. So what I am going to do with this, and I recommend you doing this if you ever do this, because these heads can spin, put a mark on the top bit. So I've now got a black mark there, so I'll always know that where that black mark is, that's the top, so I don't accidentally do one upside down. That's the pattern done completely over the scabbard, and we'll have to wait and see how much that shows through at the end. I'm going to bend this now. I can't remember if I wet it last time, but I reckon it might not need it, so I'm going to be folding it over and gluing it. Yeah, so glue that edge now so that I can start drilling for the drill holes. Now once that is dry, I can do the stitch line and start stitching it. Got to mark the stitch line now. I'm going to use my own stitching iron because I prefer mine because it has wider teeth. I mean the stitching can be wider. You use the ones that you can buy and they're so close, it takes twice as long to stitch. I've drilled all the holes, so I'm now going to stitch. I won't stitch all the way down and back. What I'm going to do, because this has got these straps going along, I'm going to sew to there and back, to there and back, to there and back, and then it's just easier to sew that way, and any bits that are tied off will be covered up by this anyway. Right, now going to start shaping this. Wet forming it basically. Right, time to dye the leather now. So I've had to mix up a dye. So what I did was I just diluted some of this with some alcohol and it should come out alright. Having to wear a left-handed glove on my right hand is pulling my hand backwards. So let's see, shall we? But I've given this a little test on this bit of leather and it looks right to me. So let's get it on, shall we? Yes, that's just right. Just what I wanted. Right, shape time now. If this is the shape, I can never remember. I think that's the shape, that's the collar. So for this, I cut a piece of paper that fits on perfectly. So the way I do this, it just comes up around the edge, up and around the edge, like that. And then the front will look like that. And then I just put a rivet there, and it just holds itself on basically. So that's that bit. That's that cut out. Now let's have a go at bending it round. Actually I'll file these edges first, but then I'll try and bend it round. Right, so that's the shape roughly on. It's on, I just need to polish it and give it a tidy up now. But that is on. It's fully riveted on, solid. That's what you want. So I'm going to do the collar now. And again, that'll just be same thing, I'll just bend that round. And if you want to see the full process of this, I recommend watching the video that I mentioned earlier. So this will just be bent from there around to there. Right, so that's the shape and collar on. Still need to polish those up. I'm now going to put these straps on. So there would be one around about there, one around about there. It'll be this way around. This top one has got my knuckle duster maker's mark on, so that one will go there and the other one will go somewhere down there. Right, that's the sword essentially done then. I just need to do a little bit of cleaning up, but there's no real point showing that. But yeah, that's it done. I'll show you there's the maker's mark on the bit there. It's got a maker's mark there as well, so it's on the sword and the scabbard. Fits in really well. But yeah, I just need to now sharpen the sword, clean it, clean the scabbard, clean the shape and the collar, and it's done. So what you'll see next is that you'll see it finished. I don't need to show you myself cleaning it. You know how to clean a sword, you know how to rub a bit of wax on a bit of leather. So So yeah, that's it, done. So the next bit of footage you'll see is this all really nicely cleaned up and finished basically. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it helpful. And yeah, here's Metallic's new Witcher sword to go with all the rest. Right, cheers for watching everyone, see you later.